I've been driving an attractive 7-seater SUV for the past week with my family to see if it suited our family life. And what is this white creature beside me, you ask? It's the Volkswagen Tiguan Allspace 110 TSI Life. Come on closer, let's check it out. This is the entry-level model and will cost you around $45,000 before on-road costs. Even though it's not a top spec model, it does come with some snazzy features like adaptive cruise control, parking assist, 18-inch alloy wheels, LED daytime running lights and headlights, as well as built-in sat-nav. It has plenty of competitors like the Kia Sorento and Skoda Kodiaq. And while they may be a bit bigger, the Allspace offers the same flexibility with 7 seats and a good standard features list. So it's reasonable value for money. Well, it's not a small SUV and certainly looks bigger than the 5-seated Tiguan before you even get inside. But I do like that it's not too high that I have to lift my 5-year-old in and out.
The strong, crisp lines running the length of the body give it some edge, and the shiny grille is modern and fresh.
I don't love the look of the black plastics because it looks a little bit naff compared to the sharp styling on the rest of the car. It's not a big issue and it doesn't detract from what is an otherwise smart looking exterior. I'm always interested in how a car has been finished, and this is where the Allspace falls just a little bit short for me because the inside is a bit of a mixed bag. You've got high-tech styling with the digital displays and touchpads, but then you've got the harder plastics and it's just a little bit jarring. By themselves, it's not a massive issue, but I think this is where the inside could have been executed just a little bit better. Still a nice looking vehicle though. Well, it lives up to the Allspace name. There's a generous amount of leg and headroom in here and good elbow room too. There's a good amount of storage. The glove box and the center console are about average, but it is good that this is height adjustable and you can slide it forward. The drink holders in the doors seem bigger than normal, and I reckon that you'd be able to fit quite a large drink in there. You have 2 retractable cup holders in here too, and I love that they're retractable because it just gives you an extra storage cubby here and one that can get tucked away as well. You have a storage drawer on the side of the steering wheel, as well as this top cubby in the dash. I'm not quite sure what you'd use it for because it doesn't even fit my phone, but it is still a handy spot. You have some pretty cool storage spaces in the roof. Now, I think of them as sunglass holders, but you can also tuck away looser items like cables or, books or whatnot. But there are 4 of them, so everyone in the family has a spot to put their sunnies. Both front seats also have a storage drawer underneath them, which is good. The seats are classic in the Euro hardness, but surprisingly comfortable even on a longer trip. I like the quilted fabric design, it just adds a little bit of difference. I always prefer something a bit hardier though when you have kids, just for the wear and tear and dirt. This is the entry-level model, so you will be making do with manual adjustments, but the driver's side does have lumbar support, which is always welcome. You can get an optional luxury pack, which includes leather seats and heated front seats, as well as some other features, but that will cost you an extra $5,500 on top of the price tag. I love how solid the front feels. And I also like how the 8-inch touchscreen is integrated with the dash. Looks really good and everything's accessible from the driver's position. This has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and it was really easy to connect my iPhone 8 Plus to it. But it does also have 2 USB-C ports in case you can't get that wireless connection going. It's been really handy this week having this wireless charging pad because it means that I've been able to charge while on the go. Love the space back here. There's a great amount of head and leg room. Taller individuals be quite comfortable, and my 5-year-old loved the space as well. And the big windows means that, he had really good view all week. The seats are hard and curiously narrow. There's about 10 centimeters of wasted space between the door and the seat, and I'm not quite sure why you would lose that space to begin with. Doesn't seem to be gaining anything for it. You have directional air vents with climate and fan control, which is always good. Device pockets, map pockets, as well as 2 cup holders in a handy armrest and a bottle holder in each door. Backseat passengers can stay charged up too with a USB-C port and 12-volt port. There are ISOFIX mounts on the outboard seats as well as 3 top tether child seat mounts. And depending on your child seat, you might struggle to fit 3 side by side, but it was pretty easy to fit a harness booster seat or the rearward facing child seat too.
There's good room for front passengers when a 0 to 4 rearward facing child seat is fitted, which is excellent.
Well, I got in, but don't know how I'm going to get out. It's pretty tight back here, and I'm pretty sure that an adult isn't going to be comfortable even on a short trip. You will manage, but you won't be happy about it. There's pretty much no headroom, and I'm only 168 centimeters tall, or 5'6", and we had to push this seat forward quite a bit to be able to fit my legs back here. There's also no amenities either. You know, you don't have directional air vents or reading lights. You've got a cup holder and a little storage tray on this wheel arch only, but that's it. There's plenty of space back here when the third row is down. And as you can see, you can fit quite a bit of gear. The cargo blind can be tucked underneath the floor too, which is great. But I think it's odd how it's been done because the cargo blind sort of sticks out on the sides. So these lovely deep wells here kind of become awkward to use.
It is good though that the second row has a 40-20-40 split fold, and that the front passenger seat folds flat too, as it allows some flexibility with storage of gear.
The Tiguan comes with a Space Saver spare tyre and a rechargeable torch if you ever need one. And even at this price point, it comes with one of my favourite features, which is a power tailgate. The 110 TSI Life has the smallest engine of all the Allspace variants, but there's still plenty of power underneath the hood. And there's plenty of pickup with the turbo. It just takes a moment for it to kick in. It's been a real pleasure taking this on the open road. You feel very confident overtaking and zipping around town this too. The steering feels wonderful and quite buttery soft, and the steering wheel itself feels great under the hand. It's a very smooth drive, and the suspension is forgiving over the bumps and potholes. But don't expect to tackle corners fast like you would in a lower car because there is a fair bit of roll in this. I also like that all grades of the Allspace have a parking assist feature, which just means that it will park itself and gives you some confidence if you don't know if you're going to fit into a spot or not. It has a good reversing camera, and the front and rear sensors feel quite accurate. So it's been, easier to find a park for this. The official combined cycle fuel consumption is 7.3 litres per 100 Ks, and I achieved just shy of that at 7.4 litres, which is very impressive given that this is a turbo petrol SUV. However, I did do quite a bit of open road driving with a little bit of city mixed in. So in an urban setting, that figure will most likely be higher. This is something to consider if you do mostly city driving. The Tiguan Allspace comes with some great safety features like AEB with pedestrian detection, rear cross traffic alert and blind spot monitoring system, as well as a thing called maneuver braking, which should stop you from reversing or driving into objects at low speeds.
The Tiguan comes with 7 airbags, including curtain airbags covering the third row, which is good and better than some big name rivals like the Hyundai Santa Fe and Kia Sorento among others.
This comes with a maximum 5-star ANCAP safety rating, but it was tested way back in 2016. The Tiguan Allspace comes with Volkswagen's 5-year unlimited kilometre warranty, which is pretty standard for this class, but it does come with 1-year roadside assistance.
You can get 5 years cap price servicing, but servicing averages at $650, which is expensive for this class. Servicing intervals are every 12 months or 15,000 kilometres, whichever comes first, which is reasonable.
The Tiguan Allspace 110 TSI Life deserves some serious consideration because it drives well and the general usability is fantastic. But the interior beauty is marred by some cheaper looking finishes, and I would have liked the third row to have some amenities so passengers back there had some comfort too. However, this could easily be my family car, and I give it an 8.5 out of 10. My 5-year-old loved the high seating position in his View and the cubbies throughout, and he gives it a 9 out of 10. If you're after more details, check out the full review at the Cars Guide website. The link will be in the description, and I'll see you next week.